What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2, and we are after the build for my Frostfire run on Maldonis. Let's go ahead and get things started here. Now, as I mentioned in the 5-minute build video, there will be a little bit of tower aggro on these flamethrowers, but as you can see, most of the melee mobs anyway, are dying before they can get to them. Now, there may be some flyers or ranged mobs that take some shots, and, you know, we may need to replace some of those defenses. For the most part, it is just getting rocked between the protons, frosty nodes, and the frostbite towers with that freeze passive, or freeze sphere. Oh man. The lanes are pretty well controlled, that's for certain. I play most of the map from over here on this side, and one of the reasons is this is where the bosses come out. We got two lanes close together, so we got lots of bads that come out here, and it just leads to a lot of action over on this side. Now, if we look at these frosties, they are dishing out a nice bit of damage. Or pardon me, these flamethrowers. The flamethrowers are actually laying down about twice what those protons are doing, according to looking at them right there. Now that'll change throughout the course of the map, and as mobs push a little further into the protons. But altogether, really, it's a nice spawn camp build for farming up those spooky weapons. Still looking for a few of the perfect ones. One of the problems is I kind of got a little burnt grinding on the map, looking for a bow, trying to get a 4-per-second bow. Never found one, don't know anyone that has, so I'm assuming a 4-per-second bow does not exist. And now I'm actually switched over trying to find the perfect monk weapon, and not having any luck either there. So after that first wave, I am going to go ahead and upgrade these flamethrowers. That boost star is going to need to be looked at throughout, so I definitely want to keep an eye on it. And then I'm just going to throw a couple of ups around. A couple of these frosties could get up just for a little additional range. This one in particular, as I'm trying to make it reach way over there, and it actually looks like now it is covering a little bit more of that lane. It's getting like right into the halfway mark here. So we should get some shots down into there. And let's just throw a few more ups around here. Now, from this point, really, you can kind of just upgrade whatever you want. Generally, what I'll do is I'll throw some upgrades into protons as necessary. And, you know, just kind of focus everything else right on the flamethrowers themselves, as that's where the bulk of the damage is going to be coming from for this run. Now, the Frosty is buffing the protons quite frequently, almost constantly. However, the mobs are going to have to push down a little bit to get these flamethrowers buffed, and to get the benefit of the Frosty Towers. It's still worth it, I think, to put them back a little, as you do collect, like I said, some flyer aggro mainly. You'll get some dive bombers that will come down at your protons, and if you have your flamethrowers too quick when they explode, they're going to end up taking out your flamethrowers just because they were going for your protons. So I do try to keep those back just a little bit. And I apologize for how many times I have said Frosty when talking about a flamethrower throughout the course of this run so far. Getting it done. Pretty much the only thing you really have to do, and it's questionable as to how much energy you really need to put into that, but assisting with any of the flyers, and then with, you know, Trick and Treat. Of course, Trick is going to keep respawning on you, just like Kellyon would, so you're going to want to burn him down at the beginning of every wave. But for the most part, it is just a 100% face roll. I will stand back and enjoy it a little bit in these next waves, just to show the power that's going on here. Now, if you do want to overkill a little bit more, another addition that would probably be recommended would maybe be to go ahead and throw down some oil from a Lavamancer, and then you'll start seeing that Ignite combo going like crazy. One thing that's kind of cool about Ignite and Frozen, as far as combos go, is they do stack, so it's quite entertaining to see a frozen mob that is completely on fire. See, I'm going to throw one more up on that just to balance it out, and then just dump, what, I'll put 100, yeah, I'll just go ahead and dump 200 there, why not? And here comes wave 3, let's check back, sit back and check out some of the action. I will have to get involved with killing Trick here on this run. But as we see, the flamethrowers are getting way up in there, getting plenty of damage in. And here comes Trick. I'll just go ahead and give just a auto attack assist. You see, I got Bear Kira with me. This is a Bear Kira that I'm leveling right now, and don't really need it, as it's, I think, my third Bear Kira, maybe fourth Bear Kira. So I don't really need it, and don't want to spend any defender medals on quick leveling it. You see, all 4 of those flamethrowers do hit both of those lanes, so it's pretty much just a face roll over on that side, with 4 flamethrowers that, for the most part, aren't going to get hit. They do have a chance of taking some damage against Maldonis in Wave 7, but until then, it's pretty much a free-for-all. The Frosty, when the bands do get down far enough, the Frosty makes the flamethrowers just wreck faces. Not having many mobs make it down here very far right now, to be honest with you. But I'm assuming by the end of Wave 7, there's going to be quite a few pressing into that Proton a little bit more. And we'll be able to see the power of the flamethrower once that Frosty kicks in with it. Let's see here. I think I'm just going to throw... well, you know what? I didn't do anything on this far side yet for upgrades, so let me go with a couple of ups over here, and then I probably won't actually need to come down to this side again. Let's see, so we got those protons up. Yeah, I think this is actually going to be good. A couple more for good measure. Now we can basically ignore that side the rest of the way and just focus everything in the middle here. In the middle is where Trick and Treat come out. It's where Trick, of course, is respawning after every wave. And it's also where Maldonis is going to drop. So the more gusto we can get thrown into these flamethrowers here, the better off we're going to be. Not that I think that there's any risk at all of this build not holding and something breaking through. But the higher we get these 4 flamethrowers, the faster Maldonis is going to burn in Wave 7. Let's see if we get anything pushing close enough yet. Doesn't look like it. One of the benefits on this map that make the map a little bit more predictable is these 2 center lanes, of course, is where the bulk of the action is coming out and where the bosses are coming out. However, all that comes out of these lanes are ranged, or pardon me, melee mobs. So they have to actually walk all the way up to your defenses before they're going to do anything. And we see, I mean, the flamethrowers are just getting it done. Stuff is not even really making it up to barely to the entrance of the protons. It seems like last time I did this, these protons got, proton health got burned a little bit more than what is happening now. Now, previously I haven't been putting this boost aura on the flamethrowers, and maybe that is actually making that difference. Nope, there's a frostbite tower down. I'm assuming that went down to a flyer. Yep, it was one of the frostbites that were right here. So I'll have to add that back in. So we can just go ahead and put that in right now while that last bad is burning off. You know what, maybe I even want to put that back a little further. Yeah, let's just go like that. Maybe the flyer will crash into the rocks or something instead of going directly into that one. Anyway, like I said, just going to juice it up over here. Going to dump just everything into the flamethrowers just because they're cool and they never get used. You know, it's one of those Ubers that didn't quite deliver as a lot of people wanted it to. And it actually does just do a ton of damage. But the big benefit of it is, you know, you can get it up there close and really AoE down a whole pack. And it does get quite a bit of aggro. Now, it's not as much aggro as any of the other defenses, but when you park it there, melee mobs will take swings at it, ranged mobs will throw at it, and occasionally a flyer will go into it. So you will get some melee mobs that will walk past him as well. And you see there we had one of those cobalt flyers dive bomb into that protein, or proton, into the protein. But since I had these flamethrowers up on the hill, they didn't die. Which that was a lesson I did learn the hard way. I did a map where I had to rebuild those flamethrowers a few times, and that made me relocate them. We got another little bit of dive bombing action. We'll just give an assist there. See how everything's holding up on this side. Get a little more range on that flamethrower in the back. And you see these guys are just shamelessly burning up baddies. Oh yeah. So we should have, I'll have enough this time to get all these guys upgraded all the way. Maybe throw another up on that boost, just for giggles. Completely unnecessary, but why not? Alright, so we got wave 6 incoming. We got all those up, so let's go ahead and get these protons a little juicier. And why not? Yeah, we'll get that proton too, why not? And that should get me for this wave. See, Trick is just going to blaze down fast, fast, fast. Now that he's got 4 flamethrowers just spraying into him. Good game for Trick. How this lane is doing. See, now at that placement up there on the ledge, those ranged mobs are not throwing into those flamethrowers, which makes them pretty darn beastly. If you have 2 Frosties, not on every map, some maps require more than that, but like on this map, if you have 2 Frosties that are giving you flyer coverage, probably not maybe 100% every run, but quite a bit of the flyers are going to be handled just by the freeze on those Frosties. Let's see these guys here. See, we got 2 Frosties flying into them. There's 1, there's 2. And then a 3rd one up there that Frosty shot will probably handle right there. Yep, and there it goes. This map, of course, the flyers are pretty predictable and not in huge packs. So that makes it a little bit easier to handle. You know what? I should switch over to a monk for the end of this. Keep talking about that monk weapon, yet I never get out my monk. Throw an upgrade there just because we can. I guess lately I've been playing on Bling quite a bit too, as this would really be the Squire DPS mini-tank weapon of choice, is probably this one, I would guess. Now currently, I'm using Meowmere, which is getting the job done. Let me go ahead and get Bling in the mix here. And you know what, I'll keep the juice switch in just in case. But I think we'll probably be fine here. Bam! Right in the face. And then here comes Maldonis. Maldonis is, yeah, right up in my flame burst. That was... You're only going to get one, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. And let's see what we get. Defense power. It's kind of cool that that bug is there, and defense power is rolling on the Iron Reaper. You know, obviously you can get a nice defense health piece out of it for your blockade squire, maybe. But on the same note, kind of irritating it's not rolling on the rest of them. How awesome would that be to get like flame power or defense power and tripwire or something like that for your Traptress? That would be kind of awesome. Wrecking it up here. It should be just about good game. 22 bads left. See what we get in the box. Don't get a legendary box every time for the victory chest, but I have seen quite a few of them. I don't bother with these anymore, simply because the spooky weapons that will drop are not going to be 750 or up to 750. So I haven't even been bothering with those, as this map is just ridiculously AFKable. You can sit here and semi-AFK this map and get through your favorite episode or whatever show you watch on TV or whatever, with a lot of different builds. Let's see, anything good? No, nothing useful. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. See ya! Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click that like button and mash this big J over here to subscribe to the channel. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.